Hey everyone, Ravigan here. Welcome to Tyranny. It's one of the games I got off of Twitch last month. Just didn't have a chance to play it, and I figured I might as well try it out. Story mode, normal difficulty, hard difficulty, Path of the Damned. Let's go with story mode for now. And looks like there's even more. That's kind of awesome. New Game Plus and everything. Oh, this game's got some stuff going on. So yeah, I have no idea what this game's about. All I know is it was one of the games that people wanted to get last month. Last month.
For over 400 years, the armies of Kairos the Overlord have swept across the known world. All who stood against them fell before their might. Even the Archons, women and men of immense power, were forced to kneel, chained to the Overlord's will. Now Kairos' final conquest has come to our corner of the world, and two of the Overlord's armies compete for the honor of taking our lands. The elite disfavored, and the teeming horde of the Scarlet Chorus. The voices of Nerat, spy master and Archon of secrets, guides the fierce and undisciplined masses of the Scarlet Chorus. With each battle, the Scarlet Chorus grows stronger, as the defeated are given a simple choice: serve or die. Graven Ash, Archon of War and the Overlord's most loyal general, leads the disfavored. Though small in number, Kairos' ironclad legion has never met true defeat in open battle. Watching over the two generals is Tyranny, the Adjudicator, Archon of Justice, eldest of Kairos' minions. Tyranny brings Kairos' laws to newly conquered lands, aided by the Fatebinders, judges and executioners of the Overlord's laws. You were among the youngest of the court of Fatebinders when Kairos' armies came to our lands. How could we have known that the fate of thousands would rest in your hands?
Okay then. Well. That's funny. Okay, he's like super thon. Okay. We're definitely gonna go female, because females ends up being like the way to win this. Scrawny. We'll go that way. Albino. Darker skin. Let's go with the basic one here. Okay. In the Northern Empire, where you were born, women enjoy equal protections under the laws of the Overlord Kairos. In the southern lands of the tiers, women may crew a ship, but only men may own or captain a vessel. While these customs give the oceans to the men, the lands are trusted to the women. Men may rent and lease, but only women may own land and bequeath it to their daughters and sisters. Interesting. While following a parent's professions is standard, many women choose to pledge service to one of the Overlord's powers of Archons. With those without a viable trade or lands to call their own are often drafted into the armies of the Archons. It is assumed they will rise to glory or vanish in obscurity in accordance with their worth. Well, does that change if I click over to the guys? It does. Okay, so man, Cairo, Southern Land, ships, blah 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 blah. Most sons enter their father's profession by their mid-teens. These without a profession or family lands to work and find purpose by pledging services to one of the Overlord's mighty Archons. Criminals, derelicts, and others are often conscripted into armies of the Archons. If a child cannot forge his own skein, he will certainly find one in battle. Okay, well you know what, we're going to be a female, because then I can own land, maybe. Oh, we got some things we can change here. That's kind of cool artwork. Kinda want to go with creepy lady though. We're going creep lady. So we can change the face. Oh, we got some stuff we can change. This is gonna be awesome. Okay, let's go that. Change the hairstyle. Nah, I'm liking that other one I just picked. There we go, that. Redhead. Silver's interesting. We're going redhead.
Ah, got it.
We must rest soon. Have a look here.
Ooh.
Flawless.
Okay, let's go with noble
You
female.
learn something every day.
And what's this? Oh, I can add tattoos. Oh, that is amazing. Character customization. I want. Where's that at? Oh, it's just on the fist. Perfect. Okay, primary color, red. Secondary color, can make it like a yellow. Should we go black? We're gonna keep that one red. Maybe do. I'm trying to think of a good color here. Let's go with that yellow color. Maybe, I don't know, purple. Yeah, let's do that, purple. Cool. Origin. Oh, how do we join Kyrus' army? We're a pit fighter, hunter, guild, noble, scion, diplomat. No, I don't know. Ooh. Let's be. A noble scion? I don't know. Diplomat. This could be a pit fire. That's kind of interesting. Nope, let's be a war mage this time around. 1 and 2. What's this about? Ooh, weapons. Sure. We'll pick 2. Or 1. Oh. Ha 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 ha. I'm silly. Okay. You're training the following combat styles. We're gonna go with. Oh, this is like a full-on, like, I'm totally gonna be screwing this up badly. I apologize ahead of time. We're gonna go with sword and shield, and we'll go with what, asunder, and frost spells. Oh, this is just trying to change up how my person looks. Ooh. We're just gonna go this way. Previous second. War mage. Yeah, we're gonna go frost mage. I don't know why. And second thing gonna be energy shield, charge strike, with shocking spells. We're gonna do frost spells here. No, let's just do this, and we'll give ourselves a better attack or better armor. Let's do that. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Next. Ooh, we can change our colors. Oh, this game's awesome already. I mean, all these different changes I can do. Okay, so the only colors I can really change are going to be those. A bit like that, actually. Oh, and I can change my banner? Well, I'm going to spend all my time on character creation before I even get into the game here. Let's go with this. I like that dark blue there. And have it be... Change my mind. I don't like that one. What should we go with? There we go. We're going with that. Enter name. I'm gonna go with Lilith. And what do we want to do here? I have 8 points to distribute. Might determines the physical strength. Finesse. So wits and resolve are my two main ones here. So let's bring wits up. Resolve. Vitality. I think. Spell ability and cooldown. Oh. Yeah, sure, why not? Magic Staff, Control Frost, Lower Parry, whatever. Sure, what am I clicking on? Oh, I have 20 points I can... Okay then. Let's see. Let's make this stronger. Make that stronger. Do that. Ooh, cool. Let's do Conquest. Well, sorry that took forever in a day. We're gonna figure out what's going on.
All the world has fallen to Kairos, and now the Overlord's eye is on the Tears, our home. The last corner of the world free of Kairos' reign. 2 armies, the Disfavored and the Scarlet Chorus, march south from the Northern Empire, the last realm to fall to Kairos a century prior.
Spacebar to continue.
In the early days of 428, Kairos' armies arrive at the Gates of Judgment, the mountainous border that we Tearsmen so long believed unassailable. Unable to agree on a unified plan of defense, the various leaders of the Tears sit and wait for each other to deal with the conquerors, until it's too late.
Okay. During the conquest, you will decide your character's actions during Kairos' invasion of the Tears, shaping the world through which you will adventure over the course of the game. Each choice you make affects your character and how major factions of the Tears respond to you. Your decisions matter. Choose wisely. Crud. This is gonna be fun. The bastard city stood on the northern border between Kairos Empire and the Tears. Built upon a natural harbor, the crossroads between realms and the city was a nexus of the commerce. To the Tears, make sure I'm not scrolling underneath it. To the Tears, it was the center of all wealth. To a northerner, it was little more than a blackwater trading post. Its symbolic statues as a gateway to the continent made it a natural first target in Kairos' military conquest. Circumstances were ideal for you to prove your worth as a soldier in Kairos' army. Taking this city would send a message to the rest of the Tears. Kairos' will is insurmountable. Okay. Select a token on the map. Gate of Judgment, or infiltrate the tiers. Both armies sent their forces to prepare this way. In the first major engagement of the war, Kairos' armies crossed the mountain and established a foothold. Should we go to the gate or infiltrate the tiers? I guess let's do Gates of Judgment. Oh. I have to make choices. The armies of Kairos took the battle to the Gate of Judgment, trumpeting the opening call of the conquest of the tiers. The two armies, the Disfavored and the Scarlet Chorus, brought their distinctive sense of order and chaos to the assault. You went to battle alongside the army whose approach best suited your strength. Okay. Or, we can do this. History would remember the Gates of Judgment as the first battle of the conquest, but the real combat. Okay, so this is the first piece here. Let's go with... Honestly, the Disfavored seemed like they were more my style. Instead of being all like... The Scarlet was kind of all like, we're just gonna pick everybody up and rule through power versus ruling through, like... I don't know. Standing shield to shield with Kairos' ironclad elite, you advanced on the mercenary army purchased by the nobles of the Bastard City. The Legion wanted to send a message to the tiers of superior breeding and disciplined training. They would win the day. Or you rush with the chaotic masses of the Scarlet Girl flanked by the Bastards, blah blah blah. Yeah, we're gonna do this. Gates of Judgment. The Bastard City learned too late that the military is earned and never bought. The mercenary army quickly found themselves outclassed by the superior tactics and formations of the Disfavored. Those who lived to the end of the battle were rounded up, the weak executed, and the strong enslaved to haul the army's wagons on their journey south. Cool. Oh. You decide the fate of the enemy soldiers captured in battle, or you found a way to feed Kairos' army in enemy territory. The soldiers of Tears fell by the hundreds of Kairos' army could not agree on how to handle with a few survivors they dragged back to camp, befitting your role. The commander's turn to you decide the fate of those who occupied pens. There were only enough prisoners to support the plan of a single army. Against the most optimistic projections, the Disfavored Guard made short work of the local defenses. They did so well that their armies quickly outposted their supply caravans. Troops were plentiful, but food was scarce. You only had time to execute one plan to secure provisions. We're not going to deal with food. Enslave the army. Conscript the army. Let's see. Needed slaves to haul their gear, dig latrines, and keep their pallets warm at night. You can assign the survivors of battle to their separate role, or gave prisoners the chance to serve in the army or die. Conscript. You armed cooperative ex-soldiers with scrap weapons and tossed them into the vanguard of the next Scarlet Chorus assault. Those who survived were welcome to take up the arms and armor of the fallen and eke out a desperate struggle to survive in Kairos' military. After their first victory, you rewarded the new recruits with the opportunity to execute their wounded or reluctant countrymen. Okay. Taking the Bastard City, the armies of Kairos amassed around the Bastard City, the first bastion of the Tears to fall. Both armies longed to storm the walled outpost, and the Scarlet Chorus, howling for plunder, and the Disfavored, forming an unbreakable shield wall. Your prowess on the field of battle had carried them this far, but there was only one more step before total victory. Both of the armies had inspired schemes to take the Bastard City, which they do support. Oh, great. Assault the main gate, burn the city, sabotage city defenses. You joined the disfavored vanguard in a direct assault upon the city gate. No fortification would stand before the unstoppable legion. You joined the Scarlet Chorus. Oh. In setting fire to the city and blocking the gate, the defenders would surrender or burn. You led a mixed band of disfavored and Scarlet Squads over the city while the sabotage blah 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 blah. Oh, I get something special for all this. So, 1 per time per encounter. Minus 50% health damage for 12 seconds, plus 11 health. Nifty. Searing Palm. Mage Fire. Interesting. Plus 100% graze deflection, minus 100 accuracy, plus 200 dodge, plus 200 parry. Honestly, we're gonna burn to the ground then. It was passing strange to barricade the very gates you sought to cross, but it all made sense when the fires began. The Scarlet Chorus sent a constant rain of flaming arrows over the walls of the bastard city, a plague that lasted through long days and tireless nights. By the end, the blaze was too much for the city defender to contain. Citizens crowded at the gate, pleading to be freed from their smoldering city. You and your army were happy to oblige them. When the gates opened, they opened from inside. Oh, I think we destroyed that city. Is this what this is going to be? It's all like a choice-based game? Or is this just setting everything up? I don't know. The bastard city settled into a new state of no mercy, with every tower displaying Kairos' banner. Nice. Your name is whispered alongside rumors of a decorated career to come. The armies divided into 2 fronts and migrated south. Tunan sent word that you were either to join the next frontier of Kairos' conquest, either as judge and overseer of the settlement of Lethian's Crossing, or as a war advisor with the armies advancing into the realm of Apex. You may choose only one of these locations. Deposits of iron made the settlement of Lethian's Crossing a strategic war asset. Kairos sent the forge-bound smith, exceptional skill to establish a flow of weaponry. Okay. Tunan and the Juters sent out the Fate Binders to ensure the enforcement of Kairos' law, or the Apex. The troops of the Mountain Realm of the Apex stood idle in the safety of their valley, biding their time as their neighbors and the bastard tier fell. In the second year of war, a joint force of the Slavered and the Scarlet Chorus crossed over the mountains to take control of the tier's central valley. So between the two, to be completely honest, Lethian's Crossing makes more sense, because if I get a hold of their iron to supply, the enemy can't make any more weapons, and I can keep making weapons. At least that's how I'm thinking about it. Years ago, Lethian, the bold, founded in small merchant town at an intersection of ancient old walls. A pact between the settlers of mercenary company meant the caravans were able to travel without fear of bandits or bane, and the town thrived in modest insignificance. Lethian's Crossing drew Kairos' attention for the iron deposits in the surrounding hills. With the region under Kairos' control, the northern smith mages could set up workshops to refine ore and arm the disfavored with the finest weapons in the known world. The Archon of Secrets dismantled the mercenary support with a generous bribe, taking the crossing and the bloodless victory. That's nice. Tunan dispatched you to travel alongside Kairos' forces to bring order to the region. Okay. Iron must flow. You found a clever solution to improve production of iron weapons and armor. The Archons of Song's power and snarled mind of a disfavored... What? Sharon, Archon of Song, uses her arcane charm to lure locals into joining Kairos' army as a patroness of the Scarlet Chorus. Her efforts were critical to the conscription of new recruits. When they enthralled his favorite soldiers joined her cult, his company feared that the Archon was growing out of control and needed to be stopped. Okay. Or, Countless smith mages worked day and night to create weapons. No one faulted their dedication, yet production was low. The plans that came to light provided division, blah 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 blah. Are decisive to the disfavor of the Scarlet Chorus. On one hand, any additional manpower was needed for the fighters, not forgers. On the other hand, the celebrated weaponry of Kyrus's army needed to be fiercely guarded. Okay. The Scarlet Chorus took refugees from the recent influx and forced them to serve in Kyrus's military. You repurposed these individuals to haul wagons of iron for the smiths, mages. This provided an inconvenience for the Scarlet Chorus, who relied on the forces of numbers to be effective in the field. Or you can ship the help from a local tribe of beastmen. Their strength would more than offset their disobedience. The disfavored protested that savages have access to secrets of iron, but their voices were few compared to the support of the Scarlet. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna stick with this. The population of Lethian's Crossing had swelled from the emptying of land destroyed by Kyrus's army. Although the Scarlet Chorus fought to keep the refugees under their control, the need for production could not wait. The new recruits were reassigned to haul iron ore from the treacherous mine shafts, labor more befitting slaves than Kyrus's artisans. Though this favored grew stronger with the advantage of more weapons, the Scarlet Chorus diminished as their ranks found themselves with one less opportunity for growth. Unfortunately. Okay, what do we got? Pick of the Armory. Since you aided the production of weapons, commanders for both armies lobbied for additional arms. They offered all manner of bribes to be next in line for a fitting session. With the Master of the Forge, how did you state the lust for iron? Or a guardian's due. Kyrus's army used Lethian's Crossing as a reprieve from the war. The city grew more crowded as a mercenary army hired by the Arcana Secrets occupied the barracks, where they drained resources and escalated tension. The disfavored wanted nothing to do with the sell swords, but the Scarlet Chorus sought to invite them into the fold. Okay. Okay, I should try and stay neutral for that, or I could figure this out. Would I want a bunch of sell swords? Huh. So they have... I don't know. We're going to skip over the sellsword thing and we're going to remain neutral. Using language that left nothing open to interpretation, let both of the commanders know that bribery would not be tolerated in Kyrus's military. That didn't stop either of them from seeking you out again, making promises of wealth and advancement if you showed special favor. Deciding that enough was enough, you ordered both of the commanders flogged in view of their armies, letting pain and humiliation teach them where reason had failed. Okay. Who controlled the crossing? Tragedy struck when a mercenary hired by the voices of Narat injured a forge-bound artisan, leaving him unable to practice his craft. Tunan ordered the mercenaries to leave the city in the hands of Kyrus's more responsible servants. Only a token garrison could be left behind while the armies returned into the front, as the disfavored and the Scarlet Chorus showed increasing tension and hostility towards each other. Tunan decreed it best that only one force controlled the crossing. Oh, great. To be honest, I think I'm giving it to the disfavored. Because a military that is small in number better trained, they'd be able to use weapons better than a conglomerate of people that are just there not doing any battle tactics. The disfavored placed a modest garrison in the settlement of Lethian's Crossing, though the force was larger than might be needed to police the small settlement. Protecting the forge-bound ironsmith became the true agenda of the defense force, as these magical craftsmen kept the disfavored invasion force suited in iron. Relieved at the departure of the Scarlet Chorus, the citizens of Lethian's Crossing felt that they got the least of two burdens. You received word from Grav and Ash, thanking you for your decision. The forge-bound and their weaponry could not be entrusted to the voices of Narat. Ooh, I might have actually made a good decision. Ooh, we got 3 decisions now. This is nifty. Okay. Is this how the game is? Like this whole thing? It's all about picking questions and stuff? No, because this is still like the leading up to it. With mercenaries expelled and Lethian's Crossing under new leadership, Kairos' forces congratulated themselves on bringing order to the settlement and guaranteeing a productive flow of resources. Over the course of this diversion, the army front advanced further into the tiers. Your skills were needed at the realm of Azur, Stalwart, or the Velnum Citadel. The Velnum Citadel was a library fortress, largest archives of the written word of the tiers. The School of Ink and Quill protected and maintained the archive of ancient lore for centuries, standing apart from the political upheavals of the younger realms as an endangering pillar of knowledge and culture. Interesting. What's the other one here? Kairos dispatched the Archaean Stone to subjugate the nation of Azur. With its easily defended position and rich military tradition, the realm of Starlight was the most favorable realm in tiers. Oh, so what, knowledge? Or do I want... I'm thinking this one. But this one makes sense too. I'm gonna go knowledge based. If I have the knowledge, if I can hold the knowledge, I can learn more. But I could be completely wrong and whatever. The Villiam Citadel was an archive and library of massive square. Its inhabitants were known as the School of Ink and Quill, a circle of mages that centuries ago carved out their own monstrous refuge on lands upsettled by the other major realms. Legends say that the Citadel housed a treasure trove of arcane knowledge. The Overlord spies infiltrated the school and confirmed as much. The time was ripe to send a detachment to the great library fortress and force the scholars to yield to Kairos. Okay, what do we got? Song of Ensnarement. Siren's song ensnared some stealthy sages, or peaceful surrender turned bloody. A detachment of Kairos' army marched on Velium, expecting an orderly surrender. As they neared the main gate, a blast of arcane energy struck the commanders dead. Suddenly, the highest-ranking officer alive, Kairos' forces looked to you for the next step. The call weighed on your mind as it immediate influence on soldier losses. Or, Siren, Archon Song, used her powers to enthrall enemy mages who crept beyond the citadel walls. After Kairos' forces rounded up the arcane practitioners, the disfavored began executing the new captives before they could share dangerous knowledge, a crime under Kairos' law, with the Scarlet Chorus. Muzzle the mages, punish the disfavored. You calm the disfavored with a compromise. The sages' mouths will be bound with iron brittles, preventing them from speaking. You punish the disfavored by executing mages bound to the Scarlet Chorus, ordering that several disfavored soldiers be given to the Archon Song as her personal bodyguards. Ooh. Honestly. You order the expendable Scarlet Corner to attack, commanding the disfavored move forward to give the elite a chance to withdraw. Though it costs a maneuver in terms of lives lost, the assured survival of most of the capable and effective soldiers. Or we have the disfavored advance the slight shield wall, knowing that a handful of Kairos' elite soldiers could hold off the attack until the Scarlet Course retreated. You know the Disfavored would despise you for any losses at the Scarlet Court's expense, but that was a small price to pay for saving lives. Crap. Okay, well, they broke the law, so I'm gonna have to go this way. The wisdom of the sages and knowledge of the Vellum Citadel were too important to silence. The disfavored balked at entering the Archon's services, but your ruling left them with no recourse. Archon Siren delighted in having new toys to play with, and probably enthralled her personal guard. You spotted them and camped days later, following their new mistress with wide-eyed devotion. Oh, what did they do to them? Let's see. The Archon Song incited Scarlet Chorus recruits to fight their leaders. Bosses were killed and supplanted left and right. The Saber demanded an end to the practice for the good of the conquest. Or, a group of enemy mages surrendered to the Disfavored, claiming to be spies loyal to the voices of Narat. No one in the army could verify the claim. The Disfavored readied to interrogate the mages, but the Scarlet Quarters protested, demanding that the prisoners be given to their custody. They couldn't risk the voices of Narat's secrets falling into the wrong. Okay. Or yeah, they're just killing off their people. Yeah. I'm gonna do that, because why would I let them kill their people off and make my numbers smaller? Scarlet Chorus, even the gang bosses, argued in favor of the ritual contest killings. In the end, they argued to suspend the practice for the remainder of the Vellum Citadel campaign, lacking an outlet to settle scores or deal with pent-up hostility. Tensions flared between commanders and recruits who were forced to act against their better nature and communicate. The Edict of Fire. Food and morale dwindled as the siege party realized the enemy would win this war of attrition. Tunon sent word that Kairos patience had run thin. The Overlord would cast an Edict of Fire on the enemy. The parchment arrived in a slender case of engraved iron, written on it the words of a spell powerful enough to destroy the Vellum Citadel. You had the choice of when to read the Edict. Reading it at sunrise would offer your enemies no warning of the devastation to come. You could also wait until sunset, giving them ample time to flee or make amends. Opting to give the enemy no quarter, you proclaim the Edict of Fire at the first moment of dawn, granting the enemy no warning of the destruction to come. Though the course insisted your actions doomed their spies, the Disfavored applauded your decision. No, because then they can run away and then get over to like an enemy and then, yeah. This makes more sense to do it at dawn. Sun soon, everything. Completely destroy your enemy. You read the edict, and the sun rose behind the citadel, casting a long shadow in its wake. You were the last person to see the Hall of Knowledge the moment before this devastation. There shook and red-orange light glowed in the foundation of the sprawling citadel. Bubbling up from under the library, a torrent of lava heaved with explosive force, gushing from the windows and between loose bricks, melting the hostile trenches in the surrounding land. The mages awoke to smoke and fire. For most of it is already too late. Only a handful of the bewildered mages escaped the smoldering collapse of the massive library of Fortress Kairos will be done. Kairos' will be done. Blech. So much reading. I wasn't expecting that. That's kind of cool looking. The armies of Kairos left the devastation of Velium Citadel in silence. From that day forward, the Tears came to know the once noble citadel as the Burning Library. This is an undisputed loss of resource, knowledge, and culture, and life, but a message that had been sent. The Overlord will not tolerate defiance. You didn't have long to rest before Tunon called you into service once more. You were one of the last to depart from the mountains, and as you journeyed off, you spotted a few campfires in the mountains. They were mere specks dwarfed by the inferno. The last gasp of survivors, or perhaps looters from Kairos' army, bored and daring enough to pick through the ashes. Okay, what else we got? You have reached the end of Kairos' conquest. Do you want to continue and erase your progress, or start and wish to continue or erase your progress and start over? Let's continue. Hover your mouse over enemy's selection circle to see your chance to hit with your next attack or ability.
The year is 431, and Kairos' invasion has shattered all major opposition in the tiers. The Younger Realms, the Bastard Tier, the Free Cities. All who defied Kairos lay broken by battle, or bowed in surrender. The two armies of the Overlord, the Disfavored and the Scarlet Chorus, now control our lands. But our will is not yet extinguished. Not entirely. In the Valley of Vendrian's Well, those of us unwilling to bow to Kairos have banded together in defiance. Violating an oath of surrender from 2 years prior, we have staged a bloody uprising, murdering the Disfavored and Scarlet Chorus garrison in a midnight assault. With their main forces spread across the tiers, the Disfavored and Scarlet Chorus redeploy to Vendrian's Well to crush the resistance, but months pass with no definitive battle. As disagreement and discord paralyze the Archons, we bide our time and wait for our message of insurrection to spread across the tiers. The Overlord is not amused, and Kairos has one message for the Archons: crush the Oathbreakers or die. Kairos backs this threat with an edict, a magical commandment that can slay all in the valley should the order be ignored. The honor of proclaiming this edict fell to you. Sent across the mountains to Vendrian's Well, you carry the Overlord's edict to read before the Archons. As you finally make your way through the winding mountain passes into the valley, the ground trembles, and Kairos' magic seals the way behind you. You are trapped in Vendrian's Well, with Kairos' armies and the Oathbreakers. The only way to survive is to fulfill the terms of the Overlord's edict, in any way that you can.
Ooh. Oh, it's like one of these games. Fate Bender Lilith, I presume. Oh, I missed what you said. If this is your first visit to the world of Tyranny, watch for these windows to help you become familiar with the game. You can disable tutorial messages at any time from the game option menu. Sweet! Ooh. Aurora. Kairos, the Overlord, be praised. When I hear the avalanche, I feared the valley was sealed with you on the other side. The disfavored warrior claps her gauntlet to her breastplate, the traditional salute of her legion. Character conversations, blah, 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 blah. So I pick stuff and say stuff and whatever else. Cool. Commander wouldn't say why Governor of Lethian's Crossing would be coming, but since we have no foragers here, I imagine you're here to knock some sense into voices of Nerat. She catches herself, clearly clearing her throat with a smile. I mean, meditate with the Archon, so that we might agree on a plan to wipe out these Oathbreakers. Glare silently. I am in a hurry to deliver a message to the Archons. I come bearing an edict of Kairos. Our soldiers will complete their task or die. Lore 20. You can hear them, that hum in the air, that glow around the rocks. The avalanche is Kairos' magic. The Overlord has sealed the valley. Ooh, I'm gonna go with that one. Your senses see more than mine, good fate better. I do not pretend to know much about such things, but if that was Kairos' magic and you're here on important business, well, you don't have to be the Archon of Secret Sight to guess that you're here to proclaim an edict. What does Kairos have in store for the enemy? 10 years of festering plague? An edict of twisted bones? Glares silently. A nervous smile creeps over her as she waits for a response that doesn't arrive. I'm asking questions beyond my station. She dips low, trembling as she bows. Forgiveness, please. Well, if you've traveled a long way, I won't keep you further. I'm sure the Archons will want to hear from you. Her voice falls silent, her attention snapping eastward with alarm. Did you hear that? More runners. Third time this week. The Oathbreakers keep trying to send messengers through the mountains to gather help from outside the valley. She points over to the collapsed path by which you arrived. But they're a bit too late for that now. Come, let's show these Oathbreakers a good fight. Okay. Oh yeah. There we go. Tyranny uses a pause real-time combat system. Okay. Interesting. So in other words, if I wanted to, I could... I'm gonna move up here. Then do this. I'm so confused.
Sorry, I can't. Sorry, I can't.
Do something. Nope. Cool.
Sorry, I can't. Will do. On it.
So do I have a...
On it.
Huh. Something with 6 categories. Okay.
Sorry, I can't.
We'll keep playing. We'll figure it out eventually. Yeah, I don't have enough time. Squeeze through the boulder gap. Okay.
I'm not dead yet.
That was kind of cool. Okay, attack the big guy.
Die!
Sorry, I can't. I got it. I'm not dead yet. Take that.
Come on,
Right.
kill him.
Right.
Keep going. One more. One more. There we go. That's a big hit. Okay. Ooh, I can loot bodies. Can I use that guy? No. I can use this to change my... Okay. Cool. Uh-oh.
Try and catch me, worm.
Try and catch me, worm. A young scarlet fury weaves around the Vendrine guard. Attackers avoid their weapons with fluid grace. She nods to acknowledge you. A breathless enemy soldier passes a glance to her countrymen. That's one... This one's crazy. Too much lead in her water. We should cut our losses and turn back.
Ha! Fate finder. Here at last. Care to join me in putting these cowards out of their misery?
Save something for me. For the realm of Apex, charge! The Vendrick guard level their weapons in advance.
Right.
Okay, take out this guy first.
Will do. Will do.
What does she have? Burning iron?
I don't think so. Ready? Bleed out, you little
That was kind of cool.
Phew. I can tell you didn't spend the conquest in a diplomat's tent.
The fighter surveys the fresh corpses and nods with satisfaction.
I'm Verse, by the way. But there are more important things to take care of than introductions. Those Vendrian guard we killed didn't come alone.
Okay. She gestures to the skirmish unfolding and pass below, shaking her head. Join the battle. Darn right.
I like that. Before we go, you might search among the remains of our fallen comrades. Wherever they're bound, I doubt they'll miss their boots, much less any rings or any useful iron they might be clutching.
I see your point. Nice and practical.
No reason to pity the fallen. Before long, we might wish we'd joined them here. But at least we'll enjoy heavy pockets and warm toes. For the voices of Nerat!
Verse furrows her brow and focuses down on the battle to come. Okay, so I'm liking that a lot of it's voice acted, but not all of it. Oh. So where do we need to go? We need to go... Ooh, there's a crate down there. How do we get to the crate? Oh. No, well. Eyes forward, no looking back! The Vendrian guard warrior roars with his fox held high, his words largely lost over the dim combat. Stand aside or your funeral will be over the side of the bluff. Seeing you squarely in his path, the soldier points his weapon in your way. I applaud your bravery, but I implore you to end this foolishness and lay down your arms. There is no escape, and for Oathbreakers, no surrender. Then we'll settle this with bronze, the warrior points towards you and ordering his men to advance. These fools don't know when to stop. I like it. Charge! As he signals his men to charge, the sound of chanting rises from the south, drawing his attention. Scarlet Chorus? Reinforcements? Hurry! Okay. Mocking Blaze. Run down the Oathbreakers. Let none escape. From the red mob, the reinforcements in the south, the blood chanter emerges at the head of the rabble. The ornamental crest of her staff pulsing with crimson tones. Sighing sigils of magic and wordlessly moving her mouth, the blood chanter scribes a series of spells into the air. A red glow surrounds the Vendrian guard warriors as the chanter's music worms its way into the minds, blinding them with rage. Hold position, all of you! You there, keep to the path! The warrior gestures along to the canyon trail, but his soldiers turn their attention to the Scarlet Chorus, roaring challenges. No, don't engage them, we need to run! His orders falling on deaf ears, the warrior readies his weapon. Okay.
I'm not...
The champion versus join your party. First skip out warriors, skilled both melee and range. As you acquire champions, blah 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 blah. Now 2 characters in your party, both are selected. Any command you issue now will affect both party commanders. F1 and F2 to switch between the two of them. You can either control your army directly or it can enable their AI. Okay. So oh, here we go. The character will attack anyone who attacks a member of your party, but will not seek out targets unless provoked. Okay. Stealth toggle. Select all party members. Formations. Camping supplies. Okay. Attack this guy. Come to her real quick. Use blood of stone on this.
For the queen!
let them think they can hit me. Will do. Fall before me!
Okay, what do we got? Oh, she's getting hurt.
This is useless. I should try something else. I don't think...
Okay, that could have been bad. Hey! Crescent Runner. Come quick, we have a situation on the cliffside. They have the commander. Fine. Be there in a minute. We get we're getting health, okay. I saw a box over here. I wonder what this box is. I got items. Ooh. Weapons and armor are strewn haphazardly around the cart. Every blade shows signs of rust, and every piece of armor is in need of repair. That's kind of upsetting.
Sorry, I can't.
Symbol of Scarlet Chorus is smeared in blood, blah blah blah. Crash order the original arch icon of the Saberty race from memory. For over 100 years, those favored have kept the scratched out. Okay. So what is all this stuff? Okay, so we have inventory. Hide helmet? Nah, I'm okay with helmet being on. Sweet, what's this thing do? That's that scroll thing. Got some weapons. So that's the basic inventory. This is what? Character stuff? Okay. There's like leadership and magic points. Okay. I don't think I... Okay. And what do we got here? Ooh, spell creation. I can make spells? That sounds awesome. It looks like there's so much stuff going on with what this game can do. Okay, like look at everything. Here we go. What do we got? A javelin. Right now I'm using the staff though, so I want to make sure I use the staff. So deflection, accuracy goes up. Like I like that. Like I like how this game plays so far, and I haven't even done anything yet. Okay, we'll learn it all. We'll figure it all out. What's this? Torn banner bears a sign of something or another. Oop. More stuff. I have a feeling what it's gonna do is it's gonna like, what are you doing? You'll draw attention to me. Can I heal you? No. Okay, what do we got? We got people. Pollux Tyrell. Stow your weapons, or if we find out how long a man screams, or if we're hitting the ravine down below, cornered between a precipitous drop and a band of angry soldiers, the Oathbreaker warrior holds a disfavored officer at knife point. Skewer him! Worry not for me, Graven Ash will protect. The disfavored officer winces, blood seeping from the seams of his bracers and cuirass. You heard the man. He plainly invited you to use that little blade of yours. What are you waiting for? Permission from your pimp? Mocking Blaze, that's awesome. This blade, with a jerk of the knife, he slices off a clump of Darius's matted hair. If you so eager to see your ally dead, step closer. Oh no. If I had better athletics, I probably could save him or something. Release the prisoner and you might know the inside of a cell. Attack, we have to help Drastus. You have gained wrath with the Scarlet Chorus, and you've gained favor with the Disfavored. Ugh. Tyrell dashes the blade across Drastus' throat. Blood gushes from the commander's neck, drowning out his final words. Tyrell points the bloody knife towards you. Death to Kratos! Or Cryos. Death to Archons. I have a feeling we're playing on the bad guy side. The moment Drastus' body falls to the ground, the disfavored soldiers pounce forward, quickly reducing the Oathbreaker to a bloody mess. Aurora. Drastus' death will be a setback. He was a fine steward of the steadfast. Aurora swallows her lips pursed in anger. But with the losses we've sustained in this war, I'm the next in command. I will aspire to be half the leader Drastus was. Well, okay. One of the soldiers found some mage blather on the Oathbreakers, or holds up a roll of sheath parchment. I figured you being trained in letters could perhaps. Aurora looks down at the paper, her face blushes, and quickly thrusts a sheath toward you. Examine the parchment. Repeating the same message in different written scripts, the parchment explains the Venderin Guard's desire to overthrow Kairos Archons and rout their armies from the tiers. The pages aren't addressed to any specific reader, but rather openly invites all whom remain loyal to younger realms to gather Venderin's well. Recruitment material. They were trying to bring more traitors to the fight. Useless scrawling, nothing more. Probably that. There were likely other groups trying to flee the valley, but we can rest knowing we stopped this group. Shame it's such a high cost. The Archons are expecting you at the disfavored war camp. When you are ready to leave, exit the southeast gate and keep going that way through the foothills. Okay, let's go pick up some stuff. What do we get? Is that a... It's a falk. I have no idea what any of those weapons are. Oh, we can zoom out a little bit too. What's this? Climb up the rope. The rope appears to be secured strongly enough to hold your weight. Needs athletics of 35. Huh, where would that go to? Wherever this is, there's probably something up there. Okay, let's go take a look around camp, I guess. Let's go talk to this person. Cosma. Fate Bender. What an honor to have one of Tuon's courts visit our humble holdfast. Need supplies? Bursting with energy? The merchant slams her palm down on the top of the crate. So you've come to the right place. So, what will it be today? Let's see what you have. Ooh. Gives me a little bit more DPS. That's essentially the same thing. This all costs stuff I don't have. Cool. Okay, well, that's what that was all about. What's this stuff? The prisoners from the Tarkus clan. Then he's not just the Northbreaker, he's one of their leaders. Aurora signals to her men by dragging her hand across her neck. No mercy for those who foment rebellion. Find a post and string him up. If his wounds don't kill him, the thirst, starvation, and infection will do the rest. All must be given a chance to find absolution and service of the Scarlet Chorus. The mage points a finger at the disfavored officer, and you know full well that this has always been the way. He has a chance to be a slave or soldier. Only then do we feed him to the pigs. I tire of this nonsense. When we keep recruiting these Oathbreakers, then they fail to inflict orders and they defect, and we have to fight them over again. I will not let another one of these South knobs come back to haunt us. Execute the Oathbreaker. One chance to surrender is enough. Yeah, I know, they're not gonna like that, but that's how things roll. Until next time, Fatebender, I know if you have important business in the valley, no point in keeping you. She snaps her salute. Okay. Let's go talk to this guy. He's pretty mad at me. We sing the Anthem of Pain, whatever that's all about. Victory is ours. The steel-shown warrior stiffens your posture as you approach, offering a curt nod in acknowledgement. Need something? Don't care. So I have a feeling that depending on which faction you choose will give you options of things. That is usually how this stuff works. Who are you? And you. Okay, just gotta go this way then. Maybe. Yep, that's all I think. Okay, we're good. Just wanna go check over here. Maybe there's secrets.
Sorry, I can't.
Yes, you can. You're fine. Ah, that's what this is. Use the holes in the wall to climb. Ooh, interesting. Oh. Subterfuge just has to be a 39. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. Ooh, I can start track. Oh, that's awesome. Couldn't help but notice you were eyeballing the disfavored symbol littered about the camp. It's hardly a symbol, just a scrawl. That's true, but it used to be the pride of Graven Ash's Legion before Kairos has made them deface it. What happened? Word has it that Ash has been under more scrutiny than the other Archons, seeing as he took a stand against Kairos in the past. Even though he bent the knee in the end, that doesn't place him above suspicion. Kairos and the other Archons keep him on a tight leash. Ash's troops impressed the growing empire, but Kairos made them sacrifice everything they were up to the point Ash surrendered. They've been disfavored ever since, and fighting to earn back their honor. Actually, I have other questions for you.
What do you need?
Are you a spy for the voices of Narat? Verse regards you with an unreadable expression. Her mismatched eyes look at each other and then in yours. Insufficient reputation. I mean, does it even matter? You have to decide for yourself whether or not to trust me, blah, 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 blah. Tell me something about yourself.
If you insist.
You insist.
I'm a Scarlet Fury. That should raise some flags for you. It means that I'm good at killing, and more importantly, that I enjoy it.
I'm okay with that.
What I won't enjoy are the pleasures of funerary rites packed with weeping mourners. Someday I'll fall in battle, and then they'll roll me into a mass grave or heap me atop a shit-stained wagon. One more anonymous, knife-riddled piece of meat. Until then, I plan to take whatever I can from life and have a little fun along the way.
How did you get conscripted? I like how some things are voice acted, some things aren't. It's kind of weird. How did I? I think you have the wrong idea about me. The chorus didn't take me as a sobbing maid. I strode into their camp and enlisted. Someone tossed me a dented blade. I lived through initiation, spent the week butchering my neighbors, and moved on with a new kin. I didn't waste time with goodbyes. Mother had long since died, and the rest of my family were louses. The girl I used to be, even she knew that she was worth more than all of them combined. What's the significance of your feathers? I don't know anything enough. Tell me about your life before chorus. Life? What life? As far as I'm concerned, I didn't exist before chorus. There was some girl on a farm wearing my face and talking with my voice, but she wasn't me. Sometimes she would sneak out at night, take a scythe, and have some fun with the livestock. Our shared interests began and ended there. When the Scarlet Chorus swept through my village on their long trek from the Bastard City, that was all. That was when I finally woke up, buried my old life. Blah 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 blah. Okay. Know your parents. Do things over. No. Okay. Then one day, when I decided there was enough, I slit my husband's throat over the breakfast. Okay. You're a killer. That's awesome. Tell me of your time with the
The
Scarlet
Scarlet
Chorus.
Chorus is mostly for madmen and peasants with rusty daggers, but it's also a little niche of freedom that I never had. Once I survived training and met my Scarlet Fury sisters, I saw a different side of the Howling Mob.
Tell me about your training.
For new recruits shoved to the front lines, training means surviving the first battle. Anything beyond that is for the fighters who show potential, whether as blade dancers or arcane madmen. There's nothing in the world like getting put through the paces as a Scarlet Fury. Every day is a test of your commitment and passion. Failure means death. The first few weeks were the hardest, but also the most rewarding. I earned my name, picked up some quality weapons, and met my sisters.
So you earned your name. If you think a simple farmer from the tiers would name their child Verse, I suggest you visit my old village. Most of them were walking around with surnames like Barrel or Fish. Not the most creative bunch. The chorus takes your name away. Whoever you were before, you aren't that person anymore. Then you earn back a name through your great deeds, usually murderous ones. That's why you see choremen walking around with names like Stink Mouse and Face First. There's probably a good reason for it. The voices of Nurat gave me this name. When the Scarlet Chorus runs howling into battle, he doesn't hear war, he hears a symphony. And when I fight with my blade or bow, he told me that my music stands out louder than anyone else's and contains too many parts to be easily defined. Interesting. Here, go back to the weapon skills real quick. Good with the knife and other things. Back to
What
questions.
do you need to know?
Who are the leaders? Don't care. Tell me about the fifth eye. There's a bunch of stuff. It's all about. Okay, it's all about learning more about things. Cool. So at any point in time, it looks like I might be able to talk to her. I would just click and then click on the poster there. I do this.
Need to talk? What do you
Pops up.
need?
Cool. Nope.
I got it.
Who's this guy? Nothing. He's not important. What's all this stuff? Minimap, consumables, spell scrolls, siren song, store. That's how you go to the next place. It'll take you 2 hours 45 minutes to complete your journey from Edring Ruins to his favorite camp. Sure. Spell should be found throughout the world, blah 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 blah. I like this so far. It's interesting. There's a lot of things going on. I'm gonna have to see where this goes to, though. It looks like there's a lot of stuff here. Oh, you can make the map bigger. Well, sort of make it bigger. What's this? Conquered. Well, so that's the quest thing. And this is core spell. So if I did like this and this, I can make frozen grasp. I already have frozen grasp though, don't I? I already have that. I don't have any other accents I can put in there yet. Okay, you have to get those. Okay. I don't have any other armor, it looks like. At least not yet. I mean, I could be completely wrong and just not doing things right. But looks like that's the case. Could we put some boots on? I don't know. We're just not gonna do anything until the game tells me to do it. But we're gonna leave this here. It's interesting. I have no idea what's going on. Looks like there's actual time involved and a bunch of other things too. So we're going to see what I can do here. So I have a feeling this is all tutorial village right now, and we're going to be learning how to play and do things, and then kind of get into stuff after that. So yeah, thank you for all for watching. I hope you guys are having fun watching me suck and be terrible, and I will see you guys next time.